Morning guys, welcome back to Two Brother Vlogs. What a confusion of a day today. All of us are super lazy.
We didn't want to go out.
None of us wanted to go out. We actually booked a cab to go out, and then we told them cancel karne ke liye. It's like 1,000 rupees for cancellation. Then we were like, screw you, and we jacked off. So it's bloody hot, and all of us are heading. कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
Some fort and some temple.
Why are
Jain
we
temple.
going in this heat? Because we are idiots.
So we get inside in a Junagadh fort, Bikaner fort. Juna means like an old fort. And this fort was built up by the sixth ruler in 1589. And look at the founder of the city, the Rao Bika. He came from Jodhpur. Bikaner, founder of the city. He came from Jodhpur. He was son of the Jodhpur founder, Jodha. Jodha, his father was Jodhpur founder and son was Bikaner founder. Once their father and son, they are in an assembly, and little argument with father's son came outside from the assembly and collect his followers, 500 soldiers, and decided to not stay with his fathers, and he wanted to have his own kingdom.
So this place, what we see right now, is the Vikram Vilas. This is the oldest courtyard here in this palace, and the kings, or should I say, this was built in approximately 1589 or 1590. So this is quite an old place. All the carvings are hand carved around here, and all the material is red sandstone, and this was excavated about 80 kilometers from this site, and it was all brought here by camels in those times. The artists who've done these carvings are actually from Persia and Iran, because in that era there was a scarcity of artists in this region because of this being a desert.
So we are standing in the second courtyard. The most significant part of this place is the paintings which you're seeing. Those actually depict all the achievements done by Emperor or King Ganga Singh Ji. He was a fairly new king. He got the railway to Bikaner. He also built a canal, which means water in desert, and also he got electricity to Bikaner. So while building the canal, that actually passed from Punjab to Bikaner. So on that process, there's a couple of cities, a couple of towns which brought up on the path of the canal.
Yeah, which are actually from both the sides of the border now.
Yeah, both the sides of the border.
Few of them are in
India, few of them are
in Pakistan as well.
So most famous place is Ganganagar, exactly at the border of both the countries.
And this courtyard, what you see here, is actually is where the Holi was played, and the throne which you see in the middle there was where the king sat, and this was the courtyard where people used to dance, and his close family used to come. And
Holi was actually a very big
festival in this part of the country,
and at that time period actually.
Yeah, always in the Indian history, colors played a very important role. All the paintings here are about 400 years old. The roof is made of wood and it's carved. And yes, this room was the queen's bedroom. So this is one of the queen's bedrooms, yeah. And it's so beautifully. The painting on the door which I've just shown you guys, that is retouched again. That is not the original painting. They have worked on it because of erosion. But the roof and the top half of this room is still as it was 400 years ago. They haven't done any changes in that. And whatever gold color you see in this area is actual gold.
Sword which you're seeing here is actually wielded by Padam Singh Ji, and this sword weighs more than 23 kgs according to our guide. And we both of us, me and Rohit, were shocked. How can a person wield 23 or 20 odd kg sword? And he said that person's height was more than 7 feet tall.
For example, actually just stand beside that sword. And
I'm 5'10".
Srijan is 5 feet 10 inches, and look at the size of that bloody sword. Jeez, freaking God.
It's up to my chest level.
No, the whole thing is literally above your shoulder level. Yeah, it's above your shoulder level. You can only imagine how huge that person must have been, right? Oh freaking God. Like, look again, goosebumps.
as a king, and as a warrior, that person will definitely be intimidating.
We are about to enter Anup Mahal, or
The
it
most
is
expensive.
yeah, it is the most flamboyant room in this palace, I would say, for us to visit. I will not talk anything when we are inside. I'll show you the visuals. I'll come back out and I will speak to you about whatever is there inside, because it is mental. It is called Diwane Khas, and it is about 400 odd years old. So that was Diwane Khas.
So
Unbelievably beautiful.
all the golden finish which you see is actual gold, and
And
again,
that
come to
particular room has gold. Apparently, it's got very heavy gold usage in it, and nobody knows the exact numbers, but it is estimated to have gold of over 80 kilos just used in that room.
and the retouching work which you've seen there is actually by artists, because of all the water seepage inside the building.
Unbelievable,
The
because they're-
ceiling is fading off a bit.
That's on the outside, but on the inside, where it's all gold, it's all real, it's all original still.
And
There's no changes in
again,
that.
the original OG paintings, OG carvings, were done by Persians and Parsis, bought in from the king from Persia.
4 to 500 years ago.
And those people have actually settled here, and those descendants are again redoing the touch-ups.
Beautiful, right?
So the tradition is still continuing.
You see that staircase? You know the reason why is it that thin is because the bedrooms for the king are up here, and because the staircase being that small, only one person can actually come up at a time. So all the guards used to be here, and it used to actually protect the king in a way, because only one person, and they could actually easily handle a single person over a group of people if they come up together.
So this particular swing which you're seeing here is actually all connected through the wires, which you can see. Come closer. Which you can see behind the small dolls. All of them are connected to the wires, and whenever the swing moves back and forth, all the dolls, they move too.
Basically, they dance along with Lord Krishna.
So they are depiction of Gopikas of Lord Krishna. So cool, dude. Fascinating. You cannot find that now. Now we are inside the bedroom chambers of the king. To be honest, the places which I've seen downstairs is much more interesting than the bedroom. So there's nothing much else to show you.
It's just a very small bed, honestly. I expected a big, huge bed for him, but it's a small bed, as you just saw, and it's a low bed. The legs are ivory, and the bed is made of sandalwood. That is the only significance. And you see all this, all these forts in that generation. The men and women used to not, should I say, mingle as much, and the queens or all the ladies in the house used to look at all the things which are happening through small windows like this. If there's any function, they come here and they see all the procession through these kind of windows here. And I saw something through that window which blew my mind.
So the thing which you're seeing here is actually the modern armory room, and the most fascinating thing is this.
Those two huge guns.
Yeah, the first one is actually a camel gun. It's actually almost 5 feet tall, and the second one,
More than that, it is.
5 feet tall.
Yeah, and the second one is an elephant gun which weighs over 50 kilos.
And that is more than 8 feet. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it's more than 8 feet tall.
I think it's about 10 feet. Look at that lady and then double her.
And there are also those small pouches which you see.
The musketeer
Gunpowder pouch.
gunpowder.
Actually, gunpowder pouch. Unfortunately, both of us are not much into weaponry and
We don't have much knowledge.
about those.
Only
But
knowledge about weaponry we have is Age of Empires.
Age of Empires. We related everything. Acha, this guy used to use, that guy used to use.
Yeah.
Except that.
Paladin ka ye sword hai.
So, and again, this is actually a machine gun belonging to the British during the First World War period. Sorry, it's all caged. I can't show you properly, but this is what we get. This was called a battling gun.
Yeah.
This was actually called a battling gun, and you have
Crank it,
you have to
crank
crank it before using it. That's all I know. What you're seeing here is more or less like a ballroom.
Yeah, it's
Royal
it's,
Sabha.
Yeah, it's less than 100 years, honestly. It's not very old.
And
But the ceilings are 40 feet high.
more than that, for more than 40 feet.
Yeah.
And it is looking fabulous.
Yeah. And it's actually all hand carved again. It's beautifully hand carved.
The bottom is marble, this is all sandstone, and top is wooden ceiling, and chandeliers from
Britain. And you know what? Honestly, this is so high. You can actually fly a kite here. It is that freaking high. I told you guys, right? From those windows up there, I saw something which is very fabulous, very spectacular. You want to know what that is? It's a de Havilland DH-9 aircraft. It's from the World War I era. It was used extensively by the British in the World War, and apparently this was gifted to the king after the World War or something. So it is kept in the museum. It's a very old plane. Has a lot of significance in the history of the World War I. This is the fabulous Bikaner Palace. How did you guys like it? What an experience. It is not the oldest of places, but it is honestly one of the most well-kept palaces or forts I have been to personally in my life. It is between 500 to 100 years old, all what we see in here. And please visit this place, guys. It is just amazing. It is fabulous. You can see the changes in the history of India from being Hindu country, the complete state of Rajasthan, from being a Hindu ruling country to having the influence of the Muslims and the Persians coming in. And then finally when we come here, we could even see the influence of the British era. So I am loving this trip to Rajasthan. It has been fabulous. This is actually, today is going to be the last day for us in Rajasthan. Tomorrow we are actually heading out to Punjab. Punjab, land of food, guys. So the history, I think, might end here. The next place where we go will be something very, very different and very more significant as well in our Indian history. So let's catch you from wherever we're going here from.
We are in this NRCC, National Research Center for Camels, and if you
Don't
plan to
come
come here, please don't come until unless you are fascinated with camels and how they're bred and all.
The
That
bread
would-
also they're not shown, no.
It's not shown,
They're
no
just
one-
camels here. There's nothing
No
more.
one explains anything.
There's nothing here other than
no
a couple
guide.
of souvenir stores. And if you want to ride camels, I think you can come here. But you can do that at any place in
India.
Rajasthan.
Hyderabad में मिलता है.
But this place, not worth it. It's just waste of time. We'll waste time coming here and going back. That's about it. So that is it. We're heading back to the rooms now. Just gonna relax for the evening. And tomorrow's plan is to. These people are already in the car. Okay, tomorrow's plan is to go to Amritsar. So we'll see you on the road tomorrow. Till the next time we see you. Love you all. Take care.
Peace out.
Bye.